Hi, Kerry Grinkmeyer, again with Best of U.S. Homes. I feel compelled to do a video about what I think is happening with Zillow because I don't believe that most people have any idea of what is happening and what the effects are going to be. And it's evident because the stock pundits aren't getting it right, and thus I don't think that most real estate agents, and even beyond that, most homeowners have any idea what is about to happen in the real estate industry and what how Zillow is going to change the real estate industry as we know it. I compare it, and I will constantly compare it to Amazon, Netflix, and Uber. All three of those companies changed dramatically and very quickly the way that products and services were delivered to us, and as a result put other companies out of business. Most recently, Sears and Roebuck, a 125-year-old company that used to provide us with a catalog that we could buy any and every product that we wanted. And they just didn't adapt their genius to the internet, but Jeff Bezos did, and now is the richest man in the United States, maybe in the world, I don't know. That being said, let's talk about what I believe Zillow is doing and how it's being accepted. I want to show you, this is a stock chart of Zillow. I hope you can make that out and see some of it. I'll go over some of it in detail. Zillow was actually founded in 2006. I know most of us would believe that it has been around much longer than that. And if you look at this stock chart, it got off to this is May 2017, had some ups and downs, and then back in July of 2018 hit a high of $65 a share. This is all built off of us, the real estate agents, bidding for leads that they produce off of our content. We go out and we generate the data that is used in an MLS listing. We pay to be a member of that MLS listing, and then the MLS people over a series of years have sold our data to any number of internet portals, and now then Zillow takes our data, our pictures, and sells it back to us in the form of leads. As a result of that, they have become the dominant factor in the buyer's side of the market. Buyers have become very comfortable going to various portals, looking at pictures, and deciding which homes they want. Zillow and Realtor.com and Trillia basically claim that 90% of all first showings occur on their websites, and I don't have any doubt of that. I see people showing up at my listings with real estate agents, and it's obvious they've never met them before. They met them over the internet. So, why is the Zillow stock then tumbled? Well, the first thing happened in August of 2019, and this is when Zillow bought the mortgage company and out of Kansas City, and the stock pundits said they're getting away from their known way of doing business of selling advertising, and they're making a bad move into the mortgage business, and in fact they're going to jeopardize their relationship with those mortgage companies that buy advertising on Zillow. And that caused the stock to drop roughly 25%. Then in October, Zillow announced that they were going to go full boat into their Zillow's Offers program. And this is a program, as you probably are aware, there are a number of them out there. Open Door is another one, where they advertise that if you want to sell your house, give us a call. We'll send one of our premier agents out. You'll fill out a form. We'll send our agent out. He'll do an analysis of your house, and we'll make you a cash offer. Well, in October in Phoenix, they got 35% of all new listings in October to call them, and that was roughly 2,000 new listings, and said, come out and give us a price on our house. Of those 2,000, they actually struck a deal with 1%, or 20 homeowners said, yeah, we'll take your check, Zillow, we'll move out, it's now your house. Well, as a result of the stock market knowing that, they said, Zillow's getting into a business they know absolutely nothing about. They're flipping homes. There's going to be little or no profit in it because they've got all the overhead that a normal flipper doesn't. It isn't going to work. And we saw Zillow's stock drop another 25%, down to about $26 a share. That's from a high of 65. So the stock market basically feels that they got a bunch of idiots running Zillow, and they are making that judgment for them. I would compare that to Amazon.com. Amazon.com didn't make a profit for 14 years, and when they started in books, and when they went into music, the stock market said a bunch of idiots up there. They don't know what they're doing. They're getting into a business they don't know anything about. Then when they got into everything, selling us everything from shoes to shirts to any TVs, anything you wanted. Again, the stock market said they're insane, they don't know what they're doing, and we know better. Well, the same thing has happened in Zillow. You're going to see that last month there was something of a jump in the stock, and this is when the executives of Zillow, the people who started the company, bought $44 million of Zillow stock at these low prices, down around $26 to $30 a share. Now, it strikes me as strange that the stock market doesn't recognize these people are willing to invest what they have in their company because they know where they're going. And where they're going with this Zillow Offers program is, as the stock market recognized, they bought 1% of the houses, but what they didn't really recognize was, of the 2,000 people that called them out to the house, they bought 1% of the houses, but the agent was smart enough to say, well, if you don't want our check, would you like us to list your home? 45% of those 2,000 people said, yes, we'd like you to list our home. Zillow just made a major step into the listing business. They've expanded this program, this Zillow Offers, now into 9 cities. Just last week they opened Charlotte, and they said in January of 2019 they will open Raleigh. So it's obvious what they're doing. They are going to capture the leads from buyers, capture the leads from sellers, and they're going to take control of the market. My belief is that shortly after they've expanded this into 200 cities, and they've moved from 0 to 9 from July to in 6 months, they're going to go out and they're going to buy a large brokerage firm, because what they're going to need is somewhere for their premier agents to gather and to be directed and to be controlled. And I believe that they will come to those agents and say, look, you don't need to buy advertising from us anymore. We'll supply you with the buyer's leads. We'll supply you with the listing leads. And now, as your broker, we'll share in your commissions. Will it be a good deal for the agents who get into that? Yeah, I think it probably will. That they're no longer going to have to be spending $4,500 a month on buying leads from Zillow. Zillow's going to give them to them. What is the net result of that going to be? Well, Well, I think you merely need to look at the retail market and the effects of Amazon.com and Walmart.com and Target.com. It basically put a lot of big people out of business, put a lot of shopping centers out of business. You're going to see the same effect in the real estate industry. It's going to put a lot of brokers out of business, which is going to put a lot of agents out of the business. The whole business is going to consolidate. As Spencer Roscoff, the CEO of Zillow, said in, I believe it was in August, we're going to turn this into a three-click process. A homeowner will go to Zillow. They will fill out a form, give access to their Facebook and their other social media so that Zillow gets a feel not only for who they are, but what they like and what they do and how they spend their time. They'll then show them a bank of 100 pictures of bedrooms, living rooms, dining rooms, kitchens, bathrooms, yards, pools, whatever, and they'll give them each picture a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Then Zillow has all the data from 2006 of all the homes that have been listed and sold, and they will say, okay, Kerry, Nita, if you're looking for a house, these are the 3 houses in Birmingham that fit your lifestyle and your desires. We'll send an Uber car out, and the agent will meet you there, and you pick which of the 3 houses that you want. It'll be just like buying shoes on Zappos, which is owned by Amazon.com. They know what you've bought in the past. They use predictive analytics and artificial intelligence to tell you what your next purchase is going to be. So that's what the real estate industry is going to look like. And those people who align with Zillow will be the winners. The others will be the losers. Again, look at the retail industry and how that's happened. Look at what Netflix and Zillow Prime and Apple TV, what they're going to put the networks out of business. The only thing you watch the networks for is the news, and who the hell wants to watch that anymore? So this is what's coming. They're going to provide us with, let me go back to one other thing. The one other opportunity here, and the one other thing that I think Zillow is going to need, is an infrastructure of a brokerage. They're going to need somewhere to house their premier agents. And what I think they will do is probably go to Keller Williams or Century 21 or Berkshire Hathaway and strike a deal and say, look, we want to buy you. So Gary Keller will have a $1 billion decision to make. Does he want to keep his 120,000 agents under his roof, or would he rather take them under Zillow's roof, reduce that force from 120,000 probably down to somewhere around 60 or 70,000 of the really good agents? And that's what the business is going to look like. The mom and pop brokerages will be gone. They will not have anything to offer. So I share this because I'm a retired financial advisor. I'm accustomed to watching stocks. I'm accustomed to reading annual reports, to have Zillow alerts to tell me, to give me an insight above and before anyone else of what's happening. And this is what's happening in our industry. This is what's happening in the real estate industry. And if you want to be a part of it, you need to know what's going on. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. As I see things happen as we go down the road, I'll share my ideas with you. Am I sure I'm right? I feel pretty close. I feel 95%. It may not be Keller Williams that they buy. It may be Berkshire Hathaway. But this is where the industry is going. You don't have to be that brilliant to connect the dots. Research Amazon, research Netflix, research Uber, and then look at the real estate industry, and it's going to happen. So, stay with me. I'll share what I've got and what I get. And until then, keep selling.